Hello students, I am back again with the same chapter naming the globe. Okay, and this is the first chapter we are discussing right now, in which I will go ahead and discuss the last point, that is greed. Okay, so it says basically it is the network. Okay, it is the network which is created when the latitudes and longitudes intersect each other at right angles. Okay, so basically that's the that's the network. And now what is the uses of grid? So the first and foremost use of grid is to locate place. Okay, for example, if you want to locate Puducherry, we must know its latitude and longitudes. Okay, and the place where these two cross each other is Puducherry, right? So that's how you find the places. Okay, so this is all about grid. Now before I go ahead and directly jump to the question answers, MCQs, right and wrong statements, I need to summarize this chapter by discussing all the important points. So first point says the Earth's actual shape was known when Ferdinand Magellan went around the Earth. This is the first important point. Now second point is the Earth appears flat to us because Earth is much bigger than us. Okay, जो पृथ्वी है वह फ्लैट इसलिए दिखता है क्योंकि अर्थ जो है वह बहुत बड़ा है हमसे. नाउ कमिंग टू थर्ड पॉइंट, द अर्थ मूव्स ऑन ए पाथ कॉल्ड ऑर्बिट अराउंड द सन एंड द मोशन इज कॉल्ड revolution. Okay, rotation of the earth results in occurrence of day and night, while revolution on earth causes the change of seasons. Okay, so these all points I discussed earlier. However, I'm just going through these main points once again so that you could understand it easily. Okay, and now the globe is a small model of our earth. Okay, this point was already discussed earlier in my previous video. So what globe is? Basically it's a small model of earth. Okay, the latitudes are marked from 0 degree to 90 degree and the equator begin at 0 degree. Now the latitudes decreases in length as we move from the equator to the poles. And last point, the imaginary lines joining the poles are called longitudes. Okay, so this is how this chapter is completed. Now coming to MCQ section, see what it says. The earth appears to flat to us. Okay, now second question, the earth moves on a path called orbit, right? Coming to third question, the revolution of earth causes change of seasons. Okay, so the seasons would be the correct answer. Now the globe is a small model of earth. The imaginary line exactly in the middle of two poles are called equator, right? And there are 360 degree of longitudes in total. Okay, now coming to fill in the blank section, there is you need to put appropriate word. Okay, here, so the axis is an imaginary line that passes through the center of the earth. Now coming to second question, of the earth results in the occurrence of day and night. So the correct answer would be you can say the word. Okay, the appropriate word which need to be put here is rotation. Okay, now the axis is tilted at an angle of 23.5 degree. Okay, now the point at the top end of the globe is called North Pole, and latitudes are concentric circles on both sides of the equator. Okay, now coming to true and false statements. The large size of the earth makes it difficult for us to study it as a whole. This statement is true. Now the globe only shows us the location of important cities. This statement is incorrect. Now the equator divides the globes into two hemispheres. This statement is correct too. Now coming to this one, latitudes are also called meridians. This sentence is incorrect. Okay, now the region 180 degree east to the prime meridian is the eastern hemisphere. This statement is correct too. Okay, now coming to short questions. What does the earth appears? Why does the earth appears flat to us? Okay, so just because it would be convenient for you to get the answers easily, so I have written all the answers on a sheet. on a paper, and this will help you out. You don't have to run here and there to find out answers. Okay, so simply go through the questions and answers are here. First question is, why does the earth appear flat to us? The answer would be, earth is so much bigger than us, that is why it appears flat. Now coming to second question, what does the globe shows us? So the answer would be, globe shows us the shape and location of the continents, and the location of countries, and the location of important cities. Now coming to third question, what do we mean by North Pole? Okay, so the answer would be, the point at the top end of the globe is called North Pole. Now coming to fourth question, what do we mean by South Pole? So the point at the bottom of the globe is known as South Pole. Now coming to fifth question, in how many parts does the equator divides the globe? So equator divides the globe into two equal halves. Now coming to question 6, when does the latitude decrease in length? Okay, so the latitude decreases in length as we move from the equator to the poles. Now coming to section E, how is the globe useful to us? Okay, so the answer is here. Globe is a small model of our earth, and it shows us the shape and location of continents, countries and cities. Now coming to question 2, define the term equator. So equator is an imaginary line exactly in the middle of the two poles. Coming to question 3, what are latitudes? So latitudes are imaginary circles on both sides of the equator, with their circumferences keep on diminishing with their distance from equator. Okay, coming to question 4, write down the name of 4 important latitudes. Okay, so first one is Tropic of Cancer, second Tropic of Capricorn, third Arctic Circle, fourth Antarctic Circle. Okay, now what are longitudes? So answer would be, longitudes are imaginary lines joining the poles. Now coming to the last question of this section, what is the prime meridian? So the longitude running through the Greenwich Observatory near London is marked 0 degree. It is called the prime meridian or Greenwich meridian. Okay, so in this video we have discussed all the question answer section, and this is how this chapter is concluded. I hope you must have understood each and every concept of this chapter. Okay, go through this chapter again and again, and go through the main points again and again as well, and go through the question answers if you have the question and the answers at the same time. Okay, so learn it because you have enough time in your hand, and stay safe, stay at your place. That's the best wish I can hope for you. Okay, so this is all for today. Have a blessed day. Keep on learning.